Noah, you are on lunch break now, right? Well, I just wanted to let you know that I've told both my parents and your parents about how I'm pregnant now.
You did say that you'd be talking with them about it soon, right?
That's right, so I've gone ahead and done just that. I was a little nervous at first, but I had to make sure to say it now or else it would never happen.
So, how was it? How did everyone react?
Everybody's really excited to see the baby, especially your parents. Both your mom and your dad were jumping with joy when I started telling them about it. They were screaming that they'd finally have a grandchild at the top of their lungs.
I suppose so. They never really told you about it, but for a long time now, those two really wanted to have a grandchild.
Well, I can see that now.
I'm their only child after all, so it was up to me and only me to grant them a grandchild. I think those two have been praying for this day for years now, and those prayers were finally answered today.
I see. Well, I'm so happy to see that they're both that happy. They started to talk with me about how they need to get working on buying clothes and such for our baby now.
I think it's a little bit early for them to be doing that, right? We still have months to go before the baby is born, so they need to settle down a little.
They're just that excited about the baby. My parents are about the same as yours right now as well. They want to give us all sorts of presents for our baby. Both our parents are just too happy to calm down now.
Are they going to be giving you money?
I'm not sure about that, but probably money.
If it's going to be money that they give you, I wonder how much.
I have no clue about that either. Maybe $1,000 or $2? When my cousin became pregnant, that's how much money they gave to her as a gift. So it'll be about that amount this time as well if they decide to give me money.
They're giving us that much? I guess I should have expected that from your family. Your family has always had a bit more money than most other families here.
I'm not so sure about that, Noah. They just happen to want to celebrate this moment because it's special to them, so they'll give a little bit more money for it. And that's if they decide to give money this time.
Well, then the both of your parents must be really excited for us then.
I think so. If they do end up giving us that much for the baby, I'll be really happy. I'll just have to make sure to give birth to a happy and healthy baby in return for the presents.
By the way, Kat, what are you going to do about work? I don't think you'll be able to work all the time if you have a baby. So you're going to have to make a choice here soon so that you can let your boss know.
That's a good point. What should I do? Really, I don't want to have to quit my job or anything like that. I happen to love having a job to go to, and the job I'm working now is great. I love it.
But whether you like it or not, after giving birth, you're not going to be able to work, right?
Well, that's true.
And what about daycare? Do you plan to have the baby go to daycare or something?
I'm not sure. But right after having the baby, I'm not sure we can send them right to daycare or anything. I guess we'll just have to look into something later on.
Kids are always getting sick when they're that small. I'm sure leaving them at a daycare will be hard for them, right? They're around all these other kids that can get them sick with something.
Well, I guess. But I was thinking we'd just have to deal with something like that if our child was to get sick.
You say that, but I'm not always going to be able to leave work all the time to care for a sick child. And I can't be home from work right away, even if I can leave early. You understand that I'm still going to be busy with work then, right?
I know that. But even with work, you'll still have to be around for our kid at times, right? And that might just mean taking work off to be home with them and help out with the chores. Remember that when it comes to things like doing the chores and caring for the kid, we have to split the workload.
No, I think that might be too difficult for me. To be honest, even now I don't have a lot of time to be helping out. I think you should just give up on that job entirely and focus on being a housewife for the rest of your life. Then you could focus on our kid and take care of the house full time.
So you really think it's a good idea for me to be home all the time?
I have no reason to be taking time off my job or quitting, right? You're already going to be taking time off work to have the baby, right? So why not just quit your job there? You were far better than me at doing chores and cooking. So it's better that you manage them full time as opposed to me trying to help out.
It's not as easy as you think. The job I'm at right now happens to be something I really enjoy doing.
But your child is going to be a lot more important than work, right? If you keep working, you won't be able to put enough effort into the house and kid.
I know that.
I think it's a better option having you at the house all day to raise the kid and do chores instead of us both working. Becoming a housewife would also make me a whole lot more comfortable as well.
I suppose it would be best if I just quit my job entirely.
And maybe in a few years after being around the kid and caring for the house, you can look for a new job or something. So for the time being, just leave your job and put your family first. I'd feel real bad for our kid if you care more about your work than the child himself.
I'd feel bad as well. All right, I'll quit my job. Someone has to be home to do a lot of the chores, I guess. Having a child will only make the chores list grow, so I think it'd be good to be home full-time.
That's right. And after a while, our kid will grow up and be able to help you out as well. You just have to be around them at home all the time for a few years. This would be the time when our child is the most cute. So be home for them, all right?
Good point. Well, I guess I'll leave my job soon then and head back to my parents' house to have the baby.
Oh, that's a great idea. I feel a lot more comfortable with you doing that. And then you'll have your mom around to care for you. I'm sure she'll even be able to help you with having the baby and caring for it right after.
But is that really okay? Me leaving the house for a while?
I'll be totally fine here. If anything, having you at your parents' house will help me a ton. I'll probably be very busy come the time the baby's due, so it's better you have your parents around you for that time as well. I'll go ask them to be your support for a while.
I guess this is my first time having a baby, and it would be so nice to have my mom's support. Then I guess I will go ahead and ask them if it's all right for me to come home. And I'll start talking with my work about quitting. I just got back to the house from my mom and dad's. It feels so wonderful to be back at our house again, and I can relax a bit now.
Welcome home, Kat.
I'm actually quite surprised at how well the house is looking right now. I assumed you wouldn't have stayed on task cleaning the place all the time and that I'd have some chores to get done here. But no, the place is spotless.
Well, I've been busy, so I've only really been in the house to sleep. I never had time to be around the house making much of a mess.
Is that right? Now that you mention it, you're still not home yet, are you?
I'm going to be late coming home tonight, so you can head to bed before me.
I see. I guess you really are busy then.
I think so. Have you been able to move all your things back into the house? I'm sure there are a lot of clothes and such, right?
My dad came along with me and helped put my things inside the house. Thank goodness for that, because a lot of these bags are heavy.
Your dad came along with you as well? Did he head back to his house now?
We don't have any air mattresses here or an extra bed, so I'm having him stay at a hotel nearby. He told me that he'll head back home tomorrow, but before that, he'll stop over here one more time. He wants to see us again before heading home.
I see. I'm going to have to head into work early tomorrow, so I probably won't be able to see him.
Really?
And tomorrow morning, I have to work on some assignments here and make up some documents. Just let your dad know I said hi, all right?
You really are busy with work. Having to go into work early again tomorrow when you're already having to stay late the night before? Take care of yourself, all right?
Actually, I'm not working right now.
What? You're not at work right now? Then what are you up to?
I'm at one of my friends' birthday party. They happen to have loads of money, and this house is spectacular. Actually, I'm on the top floor of this apartment building in their penthouse.
Wait, so you're not working? I'm all right with you not being at home for work-related things, but you're just at a party?
Well, this is kind of like work to me. A lot of the people here at this party happen to work in the same company as me. So it's kind of like I'm here to make myself look better to them, to get even closer to them.
But that doesn't have to do with you getting paid, right? You knew that today the baby and I would be coming back to the house, so I really would have liked it that you were home to see us.
Don't say such BS, all right? I don't need to be home for you right now. You had your dad bring you home and help you get your things into the house, right?
I get that, but today is the first time you're able to see your baby's face in person. You had chances before to come out to my parents' house, but every time I asked, you said you were busy. So please leave that party and come home to see your baby and I.
I'm going to be seeing you both every day from now on, so quit it. I've already seen loads of pictures of you two as well, so I still know what both of you look like. You're being selfish with my time.
I'm the one being selfish? With your time? I feel like you're the only one being selfish here. Do you even care that you're a father now?
Why are you acting like this right after getting home? It's annoying.
Huh? Did you just say it's annoying?
I have a lot of stress from work, all right? So why am I not allowed to go out and spend some time with friends burning the stress off? Compared to me, you and your jobless butt have nothing to be stressed about.
I have a lot to be stressed about. Compared to what you think, raising a child is hard.
But you've been out of work for months now, right? All you have to do is play with the baby. That's it. Simple. And for the past 6 months, your parents have been doing your chores and everything. It must be so relaxing to have not been doing anything for a half a year.
It has not been relaxing. Also, do not say things like I'm jobless, all right? You were the one that said I should quit my job because I'd have a lot to focus on with the baby and this house.
I was just giving you an option. You were the one that chose to quit your job. You gave up on the career you had, right?
Excuse me? What the heck, Noah? You and I had a talk about whether or not I should quit my job, and you said it'd be better that I was a housewife, right? What you're saying now about me is completely different.
And that was just me giving you an option was all. You were the one that made the final call, and not me.
What do you mean by that? Why are you starting to talk to me like that all of a sudden? Hey, are you out messing around again? Hurry up and come home already.
I'm out drinking right now for work, so I'm not coming home yet.
You keep doing this every single day, Noah. What the hell is going on with you? You still have a small baby at home that you need to help care for.
What do you mean a small baby?
We cannot leave our baby by themselves, right? So if you're going to make me be the one in charge of them, then you come home and help do chores or something.
Why do I have to come home to do chores? That's all your job, right? Why else would you be a housewife besides to get the chores done?
Even if I'm home all day as the housewife, that doesn't mean I can do everything here on my own. Out of all my friends, you are the only husband I know that does not come home to help with the baby and doing some chores. You haven't helped me even once these past 4 months. Just be home a little bit to help me with something.
Those are all your friends' households, not ours.
What are you trying to say? Right now is the most important time for you to be a father and be here to help your wife out.
And that's just what you think, so stop trying to make me believe in whatever baseless crap you think.
This isn't just something that I think, though. Also, you should be more caring for your family than all your friends. You are not single anymore, and you have a wife and kid at home that you need to be responsible for now. You can't just keep going out when you have free time to play with your friends. I cannot believe that even now you're going out to get drunk and aren't coming home until 2 or 3 in the morning.
Look, Kat, I'm not sure how many times I've told you now, but I'm playing around out here in order to move up in the company. So all of this fun I'm having is for work. So that means no matter what I'm doing is part of my job.
I know you always like to say that things are part of work as an excuse, but to me, I don't see anything about you going out to drink all the time as important for your job. Do you even remember what happened the other day? That morning 2 days ago?
2 days ago? What happened?
Of course you wouldn't remember. You came into the house early that morning all drunk. And you went up to our baby, waking them up with all the noise you were making, and they began to cry. And it took me hours to get them back to sleep.
I don't remember any of that.
That's because you were completely hammered. You're telling me drinking that much is part of your job? Don't you ever drink that much again, okay? If you keep acting like that, one day the police will come and arrest you.
Yeah, right. I was just tired at the time, so the alcohol got to me more than usual. I didn't drink that much then.
Liar. If you hadn't been drinking that much then, why did you smell like the sink at a bar?
You're really starting to drive me up the wall. You stop it with all that bickering right now. A jobless woman like you has no right talking to your husband like that.
Jobless woman? Now why would you say something like that? The only reason I'm jobless right now is because you keep saying you're too busy drinking. I mean, working.
That's right. I don't care to do the chores or care for our baby. And that's why I'm having you stay home to do all that. So you shut up and do as you're told.
So you don't give a crap about anything going on in this house? In this family?
I told you I can't be bothered with anything there. You're being a real witch right now. And by the way, that brat's crying is a total turnoff for me. So dang annoying. Shut it the hell up. That's your job as its mother.
If you'd like me to do my job as a mother, then why don't you start by doing your job as a father first? Calling your own baby a brat for crying? What the hell? If you keep acting the way you have been, you are no longer going to have the right to call yourself a father or husband. And don't you ever call me jobless again when you're never home to do a dang thing.
Are you freaking kidding me? What do you mean I won't be calling myself a father or husband? I have been working every single day, making sure there is enough money for both you and the brat. Do you not care about me doing my part as your husband? I think you're the one talking. You shouldn't be able to call yourself my wife for not realizing that I'm the pillar of this family.
Well, if you'd like me to care about what you're doing, then become someone I'd want to care about. I am thankful that you work full-time for us, but from what I've seen out of you recently, that's all you're good at.
Who do you think you are? If you talk to me like you're better than me again, I'm going to leave you.
Divorce?
Yeah, I'm going to toss both you and the brat out of my house. Without me around, you won't be able to carry on, right? You'll be the one in huge trouble then, so shut up and do your job.
Blaming me like that after you told me to quit my job? You're a dick.
What are you doing right now? I have been trying to get a hold of you all day. Hey, answer the phone. Where the hell have you gone when you don't have a job and have all these chores to be doing? Lost cause.
Calling me a lost cause now? Well, maybe that's due to you never helping me.
Huh? How have I never been helping you? Who do you think has been the one working all the time to make money for you?
As a father, you have more responsibilities than just making money. Anybody can work a job and make some money. I think that after returning myself to work, I won't have any use for you as my husband anymore.
What did you say? Yeah, you were really trying to push it today, huh? If you want to play games like that, then it's time for a divorce. Is that what you want?
Again with that?
Do you want to be stuck on the streets with that brat in your arms? Is that the life you want? This is the one and only time I'll let you apologize to me for what you just said. I'm being serious right now. So if you don't apologize now, who knows what'll happen to you?
We're already divorced, Noah. And that's why I don't care what you have to say to me anymore. And that's why I won't need to be relying on you for anything anymore.
Huh? We're already divorced. What are you talking about now? Have you lost your mind or something?
I've already handed in all the divorce papers and everything, so you and I are completely divorced. Legally, you and I are just strangers now.
What are you going on about? When it comes to divorce papers, the both of us have to sign them together.
That's right.
And I never signed any divorce papers.
You have, though, and that's why I was able to hand them in.
Did you go and forge my signature or something?
I would never do something illegal like that. Have you forgotten what you've done again?
Huh? What have I forgotten?
You signed those divorce papers that I turned into the courthouse. You forgot about that?
I haven't forgot anything because that never even happened. You stop it with all these blatant lies right now.
Now that I think about it, during that time you were drunk off your butt again. Perhaps you were so drunk then that you once again lost all your memory of what happened? Well, I guess that's what's always been happening with you.
I was drunk. When was this?
On Thursday night, I handed you those divorce papers, right? And you told me you wanted the divorce yourself before signing them and handing them back to me.
You liar. I don't remember any of that. Stop trying to say all this crap to me like I'd actually do something like that.
I have a witness, though. Your parents.
What? My parents were there? What the heck?
At that time, I was on the phone with your mom and dad explaining to them that we were getting a divorce. I told them about how you wanted me to quit my job, and only months after that, you started to treat me horribly for not working and would make me do everything from caring for the baby to doing all the chores.
What is going on? You're telling me that my parents believed all that? What the hell is all this?
They didn't have to choose to believe me or not because it's the truth. You even told them yourself that we'd be getting a divorce, saying that you didn't need a worthless wife, an annoying brat like us, and that you wanted to put us on the street. Both myself and your parents remember that moment very clearly.
I said things like that? Are you sure?
I'm sure. That's why your mom and dad ended up agreeing with me that we needed a divorce. You don't remember a single thing from that night? Even your dad told you something. He replied saying that someone like you would never turn out to be a proper husband or father.
What?
The way he said that to you made it seem like he lost all faith in you as a man. And after he said that, the four of us agreed that it was time to get the divorce. And at the time, you grabbed the pen out of my hands and signed all the papers. So there is nothing wrong with the divorce that's taken place.
I can't believe this. No way. I don't want a divorce.
What? Weren't you always the one bringing up divorce in the first place? I was just joining you in that idea by saying that we should indeed get one. And that's why in the end I handed in those signed papers.
Stop playing around. Do you actually think you can raise a kid all by yourself? Especially when you're jobless?
All I have to do is go back to the company I was working for. I already told them that I had plans of coming back.
Why would you tell them that? You were supposed to quit that job fair and square.
When I was talking with my boss about it before leaving the company, he told me I was welcome back anytime. And, well, I plan to use a daycare most of the time now. And when I can't do that, I always have my parents around to babysit. Really, I didn't want to get my parents involved in caring for the baby, but both my mom and dad told me they wanted to help out, so I accepted their help.
Did you Did you plan for all this to happen? You had to have. I'm starting to remember what happened that night. You kept on telling me to drink up, right?
I was the one telling you to keep drinking? I don't remember ever doing something like that.
You got me all drunk, all so that you can get me talking. That's why I was saying all those horrible things about you. And then you brought out the divorce papers knowing I'd sign them?
When you get drunk like that, you really tend to lose your rationality. But you were the one to get yourself that drunk and then agreed to getting the divorce, right? So please stop making me responsible for your own actions.
You were the one that forced me into a state where I'd want to divorce you, right? This is not right. We shouldn't be getting a divorce. I won't let you divorce me.
It's already happened, though. We're divorced now. You were the one that signed those papers. And you were the one always suggesting divorce to me. I just happened to give you an option that night, and you chose to sign those papers and confirm that you wanted the divorce.
What a far-fetched argument that is. You realize that if you let this happen, you and that brat are going to live the rest of your lives in poverty. But I guess you've always been that stupid, so go ahead and take the road that'll end up screwing you and that brat over.
So because I have no plans of coming back to you, you're going to start talking about me and the baby like that? I am so happy that I was able to divorce a pile of crap like you. I already knew you were no good at being a husband and a father, and now I'm starting to think you're just a terrible person in general. The fact that you'd say things like that to your baby and wife is why you've been divorced. Well, I hope that since you have no plans of ever caring about a family, you live the rest of your life as a lonely jackass. The following day, Noah came to his parents' house looking for me, but luckily for myself, my dad came and picked me up. And as he tried to make a break towards my house, his dad stepped in and held him down before his mom closed the door and locked it. Then both his parents told him over and over again that he needed to be held responsible for his actions, and that me leaving him was the result of being such a failure. And they made sure it was clear to him that even though he was drunk, he agreed to and signed the divorce papers that night. Also, they made sure he knew that it was his idea in the first place to talk about getting a divorce, so he had no right to complain anymore. I was just being the kind wife I'd always been to him, and did the one thing that he kept threatening me with, so he needs to understand that well and clear. And knowing that he was never going to be able to take care of his wife and baby makes me feel even better about the divorce taking place. As of right now, I'm having my baby go to daycare while I'm going back to work at my old job. Being a single parent now is a bit tough, but it's far less stressful than having Noah as my husband. I think we can all agree on the fact that he was the cause of all my stress, and that instead of quitting my job, I should have just quit him from the beginning.
Gabby, I'm gonna be late getting home again today. I plan on heading to the gym after I get out of work today. So it might not be until around 11 p.m. before I'm home, okay?
Archie, are you being serious?
Yeah, I am.
But I had only just had our baby a couple days ago.
And I was helping you out all day and night at first, right?
Do you think that it's okay to not have to deal with the baby and I anymore now then?
That's not at all what I think. I just happen to have a lot going on myself now.
But even after childbirth, I'm still not 100% myself again and need some more time to rest. And without you, I can never rest, having to watch over May all day. Can you at least help me out with her a little bit more than you are right now?
I'll help you out with her when I have my hands free.
What do you mean? You and I should be working on raising her together at all times. If you have the free time to be going to the gym tonight, just skip that and come home. May is your baby as well, after all. Don't you get that?
But for some reason, she doesn't look all that much like me.
Huh? You are the worst, Archie. You have no right saying something that selfish right now.
But even my parents were saying the same thing when they saw her.
No way. I think she has the same ears as you do. Also, she happens to only be a fresh baby right now, so over time, I'm sure she'll start to look more like you. Your parents are so mean. Why would they ever bring something like that up around you? Saying that the baby looks nothing like their son. Do they not care for how we feel?
They were only saying that she looks more like you than anyone else. And they laughed about the fact that May doesn't have to look like me. So why are you getting so worked up over that?
I just happen to feel like your mom and dad were trying to slight me or something.
If anything, you've been a bit rough when it comes to the way you act. Not them. You've also been getting really upset all the time lately.
I have every right to get angry, though. I was thinking that after giving birth to our daughter, I'd be able to come home and we'd work together to care for her. But soon after that day, you've just stopped coming around the house. And when it comes to the weekends, you'll go out by yourself, leaving me all by myself here having to raise May. What is going on there?
I'm going out shopping for the things you asked for, right?
But that's all you've been doing for me. What has happened to you, Archie? You were so happy back when I had given birth to May. Have you stopped thinking that your own baby girl is cute or something?
I think that she's a cute little baby, Gabby. I just happen to have other things going on right now. That's it.
Well, I have things going on myself right now. I have to spend all day and night by myself taking care of this baby girl when I'm exhausted. And I'm doing all of this without any help from you anymore.
You act like this doesn't happen to other people. There are families where their husband has to go on business trips after his wife gives birth, leaving their wife at home to care for the baby, right?
You are such a piece of garbage. I never thought that you, of all people, would turn into this horrible of a husband. Recently, I've started to think that I might have married the wrong person. If things keep going downhill like this with you, then I'm going to start thinking about getting a divorce. I understand that you might be busy right now, but I don't care. You need to be thinking about your wife and baby as well. If you can't do that soon, then things are going to be over between us. Archie, just a second ago, Riley brought over a present for May.
My little sister came over to the house?
Yes. She told me that while she was out on a business trip, she had found this cute little bib for May to use.
I'm sure that my sister is going to spoil the heck out of May from now on, you know. She is so happy to have a little niece that she can play with.
Riley is such a nice young woman, isn't she? Far more kind than my husband.
What are you trying to say now?
Ever since giving my all to give birth to May, my life has been a living hell. You have completely stopped caring for her with me, and now you give me the cold shoulder all the time. And no matter what I say to you, you won't even bother focusing on your wife and baby. I want you home immediately after you get out of work today. I would like to talk with you about my plans for our divorce.
I see. It sounds good.
So you're not even going to get all upset about that? Does this mean that for a while now, you've wanted a divorce as well? Is that why you've been so cold and distant from May and I then?
When I get back to the house, we can talk about it.
Sure, I already knew.
About what?
About how you've been cheating on me with someone else.
Huh? You think that I've been cheating on you? I'm not with anyone else right now.
I have evidence that says otherwise, Archie. If you want, you can go ahead and start making excuses about it right now.
What kind of evidence do you even have?
I have pictures of you out with another woman hugging her.
Please don't say things like that when I've never done that. I'm not cheating on you with anyone else.
Don't lie to me. If you're really not cheating on me, then why were you out hugging another woman like that? I'm sure the reason you haven't been around the house anymore is because you're with her, right? How much longer were you going to keep all this up and keep hurting me?
I really have no memory of the last time I hugged someone that wasn't you.
Well, I have solid evidence right here, Archie. You are not going to be able to talk your way out of this one. I'm going to make sure you pay for May's child support and a settlement to me.
I have no plans of paying you anything, Gabby.
Are you kidding me right now? You are trash. You're the one at fault after going out with another chick while you're married to me. And the reason that you and I are going to be getting divorced is because of you. So I'm going to make sure you take full responsibility for all of it. You are going to be responsible for all you've done, whether you like it or not.
Riley, why are you texting me now?
Because I have to make sure that Gabby is all right. Archie, you are a total jerk for throwing your wife and baby away to be with another woman. Why the hell could you do something like that to another person? Especially when your wife is having the hardest time of her life after giving birth to May. Do you not feel any remorse for what you've done?
So she went to you and cried about what's going on? You can leave all this be, all right? Right now, we are already planning on getting a divorce.
Huh? Why are you so screwed up now? Right now, Gabby is so stressed out and cannot smile because of everything, and you're laughing about divorcing her? Why, Archie?
The only reason that Gabby looks so sad and upset right now is because she's really good at acting.
Huh? Are you kidding me? You had always been such a kind brother to everyone and someone that I'd always brag about.
And I still am just as kind as I always was.
Don't frickin' lie to me! You had been so kind and treated your wife so well that I was jealous of the relationship you guys had. Why the hell would you cheat on her? She's the perfect woman for you, and you're going to turn away from her? Is there someone more important to you than your own wife and daughter now?
Hold on now. You can settle down. I have not been cheating on her, all right?
I was even shown the picture Gabby has as evidence of you being with another woman. You and this other woman are hugging. There is no way you can tell me that that right there is not proof of you cheating.
That happens to be Gabby's friend.
So you're telling me now that you've been fooling around with your wife's friend? For crying out loud, that is frickin' messed up.
I told you that I haven't been doing anything with her. Are you at your house right now?
I'm not. I'm at the office right now trying to get some work done.
Well, then can you tell me where Gabby is?
She's over at my place right now. She told me that she no longer wants to be in your guys' house anymore. So I'm having her stay at my house for the time being.
Has Gabby been over your house since last night?
Yes. She told me that she couldn't stand being anywhere near you after finding out. So she came running into my house crying about how horrible you are, telling me what terrible things you said about her. Why would you be doing this to someone as special as Gabby?
I had no other choice. That's just how I feel about things now with her.
You are literally the worst husband.
You can say that about me now, but I think that it's wild that she'd go over your house after that. I had assumed she'd be running back home to her parents' house.
She told me that day she'd be going back over to your house to get her things. She was only able to bring over May's things last night. But before you get back home from work, she'll be back over at my house and staying there. And she thinks that she'll head back to her parents' house tomorrow.
I see. I'm sorry for causing you all this trouble.
I don't care about having her and May at my house. Not after what you did to them. I want you to explain yourself to me right now, though. I am really upset with you right now and want to know everything that's been going through your mind. What made you do all of this in the first place to her? To both of them?
I have seriously not been cheating on her. I promise you that.
Then what was that picture I looked at that Gabby was showing me?
I think that Gabby may have asked her friend to come up and hug me in order for her to take a picture at the exact moment and later use that picture against me. She's trying to paint me as the one cheating right now.
Huh? Why would you think something like that?
I'm thinking she's doing it so she can get both money from me and child support and an settlement.
So you're saying that she's been planning to divorce you for a while now then?
Well, I think so. For a while now, I've felt that I'm not May's actual father.
I heard about that from Gabby already. She's told me about how you're never around to help her care for May. You've been making her act like a single parent for the past month, right? I can understand why she'd want to divorce you if you're never going to come home and help with her newborn baby.
But I'm not helping with May because that's not my daughter.
What?
Riley, I'm sorry.
What do you mean by that?
I know that you were so happy to finally have yourself a little niece, but May is not my child, and therefore she's not your niece. The real father happens to be the man that Gabby has been cheating on me with.
Archie, during your next day off, can you come to my parents' house? I'll have my lawyer here waiting to talk with you, and we can discuss what's going to happen with this divorce. And my parents would like to have a word with you as well about this. So make sure that when you're over here, you don't say anything too horrible to me. Right now, both my mom and dad are infuriated with you. One wrong move, and one of them might just snap.
Understood. I'll make sure to bring my lawyer along with me as well. I'd love to have a talk with you as well about how I've been cheating on you.
You need to learn when to give up, Archie. You still don't plan on confessing to us about how you've been in the arms of another woman? I'm going to make sure that you have no other choice but to pay me both May's child support every month and a settlement to me. I'm thinking around at least $100,000 for the settlement.
$100,000, huh? That's quite a lot of money to be asking me for. Well, I guess you had only married me in the first place for my money, so I shouldn't be all too surprised.
Huh? What did you just say to me there? You were the one that abandoned me and never took care of your daughter or I
can keep saying this all day if you like. I have not been cheating on you, and I never plan to.
You're going on about that again? I have concrete evidence that says otherwise, Archie. Do you still not fully grasp that?
The pictures that you have of me cheating were made up by you, right? The person in that photo happens to be your friend, right?
Huh? I don't know her. I can't even see her face in the photo.
Don't worry about that. The man I paid to go out and take pictures of me that day has all sorts of photos with her face showing. And by man, I mean detective.
What? What do you mean, detective?
Actually, for the longest time now, I've been wanting to divorce you. So I made sure to have an investigation started to make sure I was right about my intuitions. Do you know the reason why I might have had doubts about you?
I don't know. I think you just started to doubt me because you started to love that other woman.
Wrong. I started to doubt you because my gut told me that you were with another man. And when I realized that May wasn't even my child, it became pretty clear that there was someone else involved.
Wait, why are you going on about things that don't make any sense? May is your daughter, all right?
Nope, she's not. I made sure to have 2 DNA tests run on her, so I know for a fact that she's not mine.
You had DNA tests done?
Remember that even before you became pregnant with May, I was starting to doubt you and thought you might be cheating on me. There were times you told me you were home, but I'd hear from my friend at the same time that he saw you out with another man.
So you started looking into that?
Yeah, because I started to realize you were lying to me. And I noticed that your lies only began to grow more common as you became pregnant. I didn't want to believe myself, but I only became more and more nervous about you. And so, to make my anxiety go away, I asked to have a DNA test taken.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am. And I'll make sure to bring both results from those DNA tests with me when I come to your parents' house.
Why are you only starting to bring this all up now?
I was a bit stuck after seeing the results of the test and the evidence the detective was bringing me. Learning that May was not my real daughter completely shocked my whole system. I started having to think about the next steps to take and how I was to go about getting a divorce. And after taking a chance and asking one of my coworkers about what to do, they said I should calm down and think. So we ended the conversation with calling the detective back and asking them to start searching for who the real father is.
You could have at least told me all of this the first time you got those results. Why did you hide all of this from me until this exact moment?
Right before I was going to say anything, you left.
I never believed back then that you'd bring anything up to me. It was because of you that right now my life is on thin ice, and I'm having to make all kinds of hard decisions.
Don't blame me for your actions. The reason all of this is happening to you is because you chose to cheat on me and have a baby with the other man, right? And after that, you tried to make me look like I was the one cheating on you? You had your friend come up and hug me out of nowhere, all so that you could snap some quick pictures and use them to get money from me?
I've not been making that up.
Back when you took that picture of her hugging me, she told me she wanted a taxi home because she wasn't feeling too well, and she asked me to call her a taxi since I was still around her.
And? What does that have to do with us? I'm sure you took her to the hotel right after that. I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
After I had sent her on her way in a taxi, after she had run up and hugged me, I got a call. It was from the detective I hired, and he told me that the woman who hugged me and then asked me to get her a taxi was your friend. Needless to say, I was shocked hearing that. Apparently, he was following you all day and saw that you met up with her before you asked her to come and hug me, and he was then able to get photos of both you taking pictures of me being hugged and of the hugging itself. I have evidence that clearly shows I wasn't cheating on you and that you set it all up.
Is that so?
You aren't going to escape me this time. I'll make sure to teach you who the real jerk is this time. I'm also working on finding out who the man is that you've been cheating on me with, and if he's the father of May or not. I believe from what I've found so far, it's Bill, right? And he happens to be married himself?
Listen, Archie, I'm so very sorry about cheating on you, but that whole interaction I had with Bill was a one-time thing.
That was fast, but you're still not coming out with all of it. Strange. The detective is telling me that he saw you going out with him while you were already pregnant as well.
We only met to have some coffee and talk. At the time, I had assumed May was yours. I didn't think that the one time I slept with him, I would have gotten pregnant. Also, the only reason I stuck around him was because he was being rude to me about it.
It's disgusting that you still go out with someone when they're being rude to you. Are you going to tell me that no matter how rude someone is to you, you'll stay with him?
No! He happened to do a lot of things for me as well, like caring for me. And he just wanted to hang out with me some more after that night.
I'm sorry. I really hate hearing you use all these excuses with me. Honestly, I don't even know what to say to you anymore.
Just know that even though I was going out with him, you were the most important to me. That's why I married you. Believe me, all right?
What you're telling me and what you've been doing are completely different, though. Right before telling me that you wanted a divorce, you had Bill come over to the house, right?
That was just because I had some things I wanted to talk with him about. We didn't do anything else besides talk then.
You think that just because I wasn't home, you can hide what happened from me? I had a camera placed inside the house in the living room.
Huh? So then you heard what we were talking about too?
You were telling him that after you divorced me, you wanted to marry someone like him, right? Although he refused what you were asking for. So that must mean you cared more about Bill than me this whole time, right?
That's not it. I knew that you and I would end up getting a divorce, so I was only asking him then so that I wasn't alone afterwards.
Go ahead and say what you want. But while talking to Bill, you started to cry. And then you told him you never married me out of love, but because of the money I had. You told him that after you got rid of me, because I was no longer nice to you, you'd want to marry and live with him. You confessed all of that to him, and I have it recorded.
That wasn't the honest truth back then. I was just upset at the time and wanted someone to listen to me, so I called for him.
I can't believe anything you're telling me anymore, Gabby.
Please believe me, all right?
Why should I believe you? You've already been cheating on me, and you lied to me about May. And to make things worse, you confessed on camera to the fact that you only ever got married to me for my money. Even if you didn't mean to say it like that at the time, you have already lied to me enough, and I don't want to live with you anymore.
I really think of you as the most important thing to me, Archie. I don't want to get this divorce after all. I understand that I really did some awful things to you, but I'm going to work on changing myself now, and I'll make sure that you're the only man I love. So please, 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 forgive me.
You only want me to be your husband still because you don't want others to find out about how you cheated on me and had a baby with your other man, right? Even your friend who helped you stage that photo was shocked to hear about this. She thought that I was the problem because I stopped helping you with May and was never around the house. And that's why she agreed to help you. But after hearing the truth from me, she started to cry and apologize for what she'd done.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna get so much money from that cruddy husband of mine. Once I have money, let's go on a vacation together.
What?
I have my parents take care of the kid. I never really wanted to have a child anyway. I'm sure once I have everyone thinking I was a victim, I'll be in the clear for having cheated. Do you know who said all these things?
What the hell?
When you were over at my little sister's house, you were sending all these messages to Bill, right? While you were sleeping over at Riley's place, she took a look at your phone and at the text you were sending him.
Huh? So she just disregarded my privacy?
Riley's told me that if you want to sue her for that, then she'll pay up. She knew you'd get upset over that, but she doesn't regret it.
This isn't about getting money from her.
Don't ever tell me that I'm important to you ever again. It makes me want to throw up. I'm also planning on showing all this stuff to your mom and dad.
Archie, wait. I really am so sorry for everything. I get it. Let's get a divorce, but just don't tell my parents about the truth.
No, I think I will tell them. I would like everyone who knows you to know just how awful of a woman you really are, how awful of a wife you are, how awful of a mother you are, how awful of a daughter you are.
If you do that to me, though, I'll be kicked out of my mom and dad's. I've got to take care of May by myself right now, right? You wouldn't dare make her suffer for something I did, right?
Shut the hell up, Gabby. You don't give a dang about May, or else you would have never said that you'd leave her with your parents and go on vacation with Bill. I don't think you should be allowed to have any kids.
I'm so sorry, Archie. I messed up. I messed up so badly, and I want you to know that I am sorry for it. Forgive me, please. Please don't do anything that will ruin my future.
These past few months for me have felt like hell. I had to watch as someone like you gave birth to someone that wasn't mine, and I was never able to confront you about Bill. I knew that divorcing you the moment I found out about all of this, I would have been hurting myself as well. So that's why for weeks I was stuck trying to decide whether I should really be caring for May or not, when she was never really my child. But I guess you never really cared about me to begin with. Hearing that from those recordings and my sister makes me feel as though I lost everything.
I am so sorry, Archie. I'm sorry for hurting you. I will literally get on my knees and beg you for forgiveness. So please find some way to keep yourself from telling my parents.
Say whatever you like, but it's far too late for me to hold back. I've already been preparing for this divorce for months now. I think that it's time for me to act and make you experience the I've been living in. You were the one that chose to cheat on me, right? I'm going to make sure that you take responsibility for that. You went and tore holes in both my life and your daughter's life. So I'm going to make sure that after today, you never get to do as you please again. From there, I immediately started working with my lawyer to have the divorce processed. Gabby cried and cried about how she didn't want to get a divorce, but I knew deep down she was lying through her teeth again and that she wanted a divorce just as badly. It took a bit of help from her parents, but they were soon able to force her to sign the divorce paperwork and finish the deal. After that, I was able to get a settlement from both Gabby and Bill, who she had cheated on me with. And luckily for myself, they were both able to pay me right away. In Bill's case, he happened to already have 3 kids of his own, and so his wife didn't end up divorcing him for their sakes. But as punishment for doing all this, his pissed off wife told him he would not be getting any money from her anymore, and that for the rest of his life, he'd be doing all the chores in the house for her. And as for Gabby, she was kicked out of her parents' house and without them even giving her a chance to make a comment. Then they took May into their house and made sure that Gabby would never be able to care for her ever again. I think money-wise, it was a good thing for May that her grandparents decided to take her in and raise her, as Gabby has pretty much nothing now. And it's not easy for me to say this about Gabby, but I feel 100% more trust in her parents caring for May than I ever did with Gabby. As of right now, I'm not really sure how Gabby is living with herself and what she's up to, but honestly, I don't even want to know. But when it comes to May, I still have this small amount of care in me that makes me hope she has a good future ahead of her. When it comes to myself after everything, I went back to my parents' house for a little bit while taking some time off work to let myself relax a little. At the time, I didn't want to really do anything, so a lot of my friends and family would end up taking care of me until I started to gain my energy back. I think now, I'm doing a lot better knowing that I still have people around me that I can trust. My sister has even come back to my parents' house a few times, and she would take me out on drives in her car. We both talked a lot about what happened, and her being around me really helped me have an outlet that I needed. And now I'm able to start going out again, and even start to hang out with old friends of mine. The wounds to my heart are still not healed yet, not even close actually, but over time I'm sure I'll start to feel 100% again, and might even go out to find myself a new woman. Before then, I need to take things slow, and make sure not to burn myself out any. Step by step, I'm going to make sure that my happiness and my heart come back to the way they were before I ever married Gabby.
Hey Ellen, are you really not coming to the hospital again? You haven't come to the hospital even once since our father felt ill.
Yeah, not sure I can make it today. Sorry. I have plans and won't be back until evening.
When are you going to have time, for God's sake? You married Dad and he soon became ill. You're his wife. Don't you even care?
His other kids are there, right? What's the problem? I really don't see a problem here. He's way happier having his kids than little me.
But that doesn't mean you can just ignore this and stay away. At least visit once. Seems the respectful thing to do. My younger brother are saying the same things. Have a little sympathy for Pete's sake.
Yeah, well, I may not have time, but let me think about it. I'll pop in if I can spare the time. Until then, take care of things over there, would you? I'd appreciate it.
Are you kidding me? Spare time? All you're doing is going out drinking with your friends. You have all the time in the world, in my opinion.
Huh? Why do you know that? Oh, I get it. You saw me somewhere, right?
I saw you on social media. Looks like you're having one hell of a good time. Just the other night, you went to some expensive club downtown with those male hookers. You spent thousands of dollars. You even held an extravagant party at your place.
Oh, please, stop it. Are you checking on me because you suddenly fell in love with me? How embarrassing. Actually, it's kind of creepy to tell you the truth.
I wasn't checking. It just happened to be in my usual feed. After all, you married my dad. Forget about that. That's nothing. I want you to stop using all of my father's money for your own enjoyment. Can you understand the dire situation that my father is in? If my father hears what you've been doing, it'll break his heart.
What is to you anyways? He's my husband, not yours. I'll do as I like. What's so wrong about a wife using her husband's money?
All I'm saying is for you to think of the circumstances. Your husband is in the hospital. That alone should alarm you. What's more, my father didn't give you permission to use his money. Even if you're married, you spend way over what's normal.
What the hell are you talking about? Don't you even know what your father's total assets are? A few $1,000 is just a drop in the bucket.
At any rate, there's a limit to how much you can spend. Money doesn't grow on trees. You do know that my father's money isn't yours. You didn't earn it.
I think if we're legally married, the money belongs to us both. So I really don't see a problem here. As a matter of fact, Irene, who gives you the right to act as your father's abbreviator anyways?
What are you trying to say? That it doesn't concern me?
Yeah, I guess. You're a grown woman. You have your own family. To me, you just come off as a busybody. always nosing around where you have no business nosing around.
He's my father. I have the right to be a little inquisitive of my father's well-being.
Yeah, well, whatever. Sorry to hurt your feelings. So that's settled. Can I go now? I got a friend waiting on me.
Who's more important to you, this so-called friend or my father?
You're starting to sound like some character in a daytime soap opera.
I'm serious. I'm not joking around.
Yeah, but you do make me laugh sometimes. I gotta go. Look after my hubby for me, would ya? Please, Irene, would you stop calling me? The buzzing is driving me nuts.
What is it?
Is there something you want?
What do you think I want, Ellen? I wish you would just answer your phone. We need to talk.
I said I'm busy. I don't have time to answer the phone. You're always pestering me. What's with the non-stop phone calls? Want to hear my sweet and soothing voice? So, what is it? What do you want?
My father's condition has suddenly worsened. You have to get to the hospital right this moment before it's too late.
His condition has gotten worse? Seriously? Does that mean he doesn't have long? You think maybe he'll never wake up?
You make it sound like he's already passed away. His condition has worsened, but he's alive.
Sorry about that. It's just that you phoned me, so I imagined the worst. Just a natural reaction, that's all. Don't get all high-strung.
I don't care if it's just a natural reaction. How could you say something like that, for crying out loud?
Alright already. I'm sorry. So what? He's gonna be okay. Is that what you're saying?
I just talked to the doctor, and he said some grime diagnosis, but if he can just get through this right now, and his fever goes down, then maybe, just maybe...
Oh, right. I figured as much. Finally, huh? It was way longer than I expected.
Longer than? What are you talking about?
Your dad was already physically pretty weak when we married, right? So, I figured I would get his inheritance right away without having it all dragged out. But he seems to be hanging on even now. But maybe the long wait is over, huh? I was getting worried that his word would go on for months or maybe years. That would have been hell.
Hang on a second, Ellen. Are you seriously saying that? Although you haven't been married for long, the fact does not change that he's your husband.
Right back at you, Irene. Do you really believe what you just said? Do you realize how old your father is, for goodness sake? He's like the same age as my folks. Did you really think I loved him? You're way dumber than I thought if you believed that. Now you're the one making jokes, Irene.
Are you telling me that you married my father just for his money?
Of course. What do you think? You really think I would marry an old sick cheeser like your father? Out of love?
For the love of God, you're delusional.
But I did fulfill my spousal obligations. You have no right to accuse me of anything, my dear.
What spousal obligation? All you did was use my father's money to enjoy yourself. Not once did you visit my father in the hospital. How could you even say that?
After his previous wife passed away, I was the one who cheered him up. He was crying out of companionship. He said he was lonely, and I satisfied his needs. That's all he wanted. I paid my dues to him. No one can fault me for that, much less you.
Your attitude is despicable. Don't you have a modicum of sympathy for my father?
Please, don't start with the melodrama again. I'm really not in the mood. Just text me when he's gone, okay? I'll make sure I attend his funeral. I can do that much. But all the preparations are too much for me, so you guys handle that part, okay?
I can't believe the lack of respect you have towards my father. I can never forgive you for this. Just remember that. Do you really think everybody who attend the funeral will even talk to you?
The only people who'll be coming to the funeral will be relatives and from the people of work. Right? After the funeral, they'll just end up as total strangers to me. I don't really give a damn what they think of me, to be honest. Okay, so don't forget to call me. See ya.
Hey, Irene. Must have been pretty hectic with the funeral and all.
You're the eldest, so it must have been hard on you.
My brothers were here with me. They helped me out, so it's fine. Unlike someone I know.
You sound kind of upset. You are, aren't you? You're mad at me.
I can't understand why you would think otherwise. Actually, I'm furious. You didn't even show up after my father died. You really had the nerve show up at the funeral? If you weren't my father's wife, I would have taken their broom and kicked you out of there.
Goodness me. No need to get so angry, Irene. You continue to be angry like that, you'll never know happiness. Light up.
Sorry, but I really can't stoop to your level. And why the hell are you texting me? I have nothing more to do with you. I'm pretty busy right now, so I wish you would just make it quick.
You don't have to be so rude. Oh well, whatever. I just want to verify something with you. That family meeting to discuss what's going to happen going forward, that's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow at noon. What do you care?
Care? Of course I care. What are you, nuts? The most important issue has to be discussed. I also want to convey something to you to make sure there's no misunderstanding.
Please stop beating around the bush, would you? Just give it to me straight. Like I said, I'm busy.
Yeah, right. Then I better get on with it, huh? About that inheritance, it all belongs to me. Just so you guys are aware of that. All you kids must nullify all rights to my inheritance. You get that?
Boy, you don't give up, do you? I was wondering what you were going to say. Is your brain made out of money? That's all you think about. I bet you see dollar signs everywhere. In addition to that, you don't seem to know anything about anything. I'm amazed by your total stupidity.
What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean I know anything? Come on, explain yourself.
Actually, we all only learned about this the other day in the hospital. We learned that you and my dad were never really married. So, about that inheritance that you were counting on, you get nothing, I'm afraid.
Pardon me? Are you out of your mind? You've totally lost it, Irene. I'm not laughing for information, not funny. Anyways, a butt-faced lie won't pass muster with me.
It's not a lie. I checked all of Dad's documents after he passed. There's no evidence whatsoever that he even married you. No marriage certificate, no application to City Hall, nothing.
That can't be right. Did you even check the proper papers? I distinctly remember signing the marriage application. He even gave me a wedding ring.
I have it right here. Yeah, you signed it all right, but Dad never submitted. Meaning, it's just a useless piece of paper. I found the application with your name on it in Dad's desk drawer. I had no idea about the ring. So, legally speaking, you and my dad aren't married. Just total strangers. You have zero right to inherit even 1 penny.
Don't give me that crap. This is not possible. We're legally married. Check the other papers. Oh, I get it. You're making this all up so you guys can hoard the whole thing. That's what this is about, isn't it?
Why would I go through all this trouble to contact someone elaborate lie? A little checking and the whole lie would be proven false.
I don't know about that. You could falsify something. Show me the proof then. I want to see the proof.
You really don't believe me, do you? You want to see his personal legal files? Okay, it's an official notarized document. I think it'll be proof enough. Nothing in here about you. Here's a photo of it.
What the hell is this? My name? Where's my name? He never legally registered me as his wife? How can that be?
Here's your proof. Straight from Dad's files. None of us knew anything about this. We all thought you guys were legally married. That's why we treated you with respect. We figured you were our legal stepmom, but you failed to return that respect.
This is not happening. How could this be? Why didn't that idiot submit the marriage application?
Did you just forget or what? Actually, we just read his will. It said he was well aware that you did not love him.
Pardon me? He knew? He knew I didn't love him? All this time? He was only pretending?
Yeah, looks that way. That's why he wasn't very concerned that you did not visit him in the hospital.
Is that why he didn't submit the application? He knew I didn't love him, and to go back at me? Didn't legally make me his wife? Was this some kind of sick revenge? Is this his idea of payback?
No, I don't think it was out of vengeance. Dad was grateful for your companionship. Like you said, he was lonely after Mom died. He was thankful for the times he spent with you.
Then why did he leave me high and dry?
He could have at least left me something if he was so grateful. This is what I get in return?
I feel like I've been defrauded.
Actually, Dad did it because he cared for you. For your future.
I'm supposed to be grateful for this? This is more like a mean-spirited joke.
Dad knew he didn't have long to live. That's why he didn't submit the application. He didn't want you to be a lonely widow. He probably believed you wouldn't be able to live alone without him. He did you a favor even after death.
Don't start another sob fest. If you feel so sorry for me, give me half of the inheritance. At least do that, and then I'll be out of your hair.
My father gave you his credit card when you got married. Isn't that right? You made considerable use of that card. Considering how much you spent, I think it's more than enough compensation. But that was a pittance. I was supposed to get the whole inheritance. This is not right. That spending spree with his card and the inheritance? These are two completely different issues. But I'm sure if we check the card statements, it'll be obvious that you spent quite a bit. I don't see why you would ask for more. That's just being greedy, but greed is your forte. You never had a modicum of love for my father. Why should you even receive anything from him? But what was I supposed to? I mean, why did I even marry that old geezer? I waited patiently for him to pass so that I could enjoy the rest of my life. Well, it was only a year, but you had fun while it lasted, right? You were able to buy anything you wanted. You ate at the best restaurants. What more can you ask for? I suggest you live with that memory. The memory? Are you kidding me? I don't want memories. I want money. Memories are for chumps. Pay me if you want to get rid of me. I have that right, don't I? My father has passed away. That makes us complete strangers. No, wait. We've always been strangers, come to think of it. You were never our stepmom. But your dad loved me and cared about me, all right? Doesn't that count for anything? So, on behalf of your father's feelings, you should pay me. That makes no difference now that he's gone. To me, you're like some kind of pest. Well, the pest has been neutralized. That's an invaluable outcome of this whole story. After that conversation, I blocked her from my Line app. I have to confess that I didn't want to hear her voice again, but she didn't give up that easily. It turns out because a few days later, she came barging into our home demanding that we share the inheritance. But with the help of my brothers and the threat of calling the police, we were finally able to chase her off. We warned her that we wouldn't hesitate to call the police if this persisted, and that little warning seems to have taken care of the problem. I later heard from a friend who knows her that she's deep in debt. Apparently, after the high life she enjoyed with my father's money never really subsided, and she continued to live that extravagant lifestyle which eventually left her unable to make ends meet. She tried selling off all the jewelry and brand goods she bought with Dad's money, but it wasn't enough to cover her enormous debt. She married my dad for money, and after he passed, rather than turning her life around, her obsession with money continued undebated. Money seems to be her sole obsession. Maybe it was a fitting demise. Hey there, Marcy. You're not doing anything tomorrow, right? Right? You're pregnant, so I'm sure you wouldn't have any plans to go out or anything. Hey, Nina. What's my sister-in-law doing messaging me out of the blue like this? No, I don't have any plans for tomorrow. Did you want something? I have to meet someone on short notice tomorrow. That's where you come in. I was hoping to ask you a little favor. A favor? Well, you see, the kids are off to school with it being Saturday tomorrow. I was supposed to be watching Billy, but this thing came up and there's no way I can get out of it. He's still in elementary school, so I can't exactly leave him at home. I'm in a real pinch here. Okay, I see. Let me guess. You want me to look after Billy for tomorrow? I'm afraid that's going to be a little difficult. I'm really sorry to spring this on you, Marcy. But I don't know who else to ask. I'm in a really difficult spot here. You've always been really kind to me in the past, and you've done favors for me before, and I know that with you watching him, my mind will be at ease because you're so reliable. Nina, please. I can't do this again. Did you totally forget what happened last time I looked after him? He rampaged around my house like a little whirlwind. He was out of control, and I had no idea how to calm him down. Maybe so, but that was ages ago. He's much more mature now. I bet you'll barely recognize him. It was last month. He smashed my vacuum cleaner to pieces by swinging it around like a baseball bat, hung the cat upside down by his tail, ripped my curtains off the hooks by trying to climb up them, poured Pepsi all over my sofa. He stuffed the toilets full of toilet paper and blocked the pipes. I had to buy a new vacuum cleaner and have some of the upholstery on the sofa replaced because of him, and I can assure you, it wasn't cheap. Kids will be kids. Why you gotta make a mountain out of a molehill? There's no use crying over spilled milk. If you thought I was mad, you should have seen my husband. He was furious. Kids will be kids doesn't cover the untold havoc and destruction he wreaked on our house. So he has a mischievous streak. Well, so what? They all go through that phase. How can being full of energy be
a bad thing. You're gonna have a little one on your own to think about soon. Think of it as training. Imagine how much easier it's gonna be to look after your own if you practice with my Billy now while you still can.
I'm heavily pregnant, Nina. Even if his mischievous streak is just a phase, I don't have the energy or movement capabilities to deal with it right now. What if something happened to him? If I'm completely honest, the thought of having him scares me, Nina.
If you're gonna live your life in fear of tiny probabilities, you may as well never leave the house in case you get hit by a bus. He'll be fine. Stop worrying. Anyways, this is getting nowhere. You know you'll enjoy his company. Just take him. Just let him do his thing. He doesn't need constant attention or anything. I bet you'll barely notice he's there. Give him free reign of the house. Go about your day as normal, and I'll have him back before you know it.
Let him have free range on the house? That's exactly what I can't do. I can't risk him turning the place upside down like that again, which means I'd have to keep a constant eye on him, which I'm just not capable at this state.
Fine. I get it. You don't want any trouble, right? No problem. I'll make sure he's on his best behavior. Happy now? Great. It's settled then. I'll be dropping him off tomorrow morning. Thanks, Marcy. You're a star. See ya. Thanks a bunch for today, Marcy. But I just got a message from my brother. He said he's bringing Billy back already? Why?
Already? It's 7 p.m. He was never supposed to be staying the night. Your husband was really surprised too. He said he'd have come picked him up if he knew. Did you not tell him we were having him?
Why would I go out of my way to let my husband know you were watching Billy? He's busy enough as he is. Besides, today was a last-minute thing. Hardly fair of me to go springing Charford duty on him at such a short notice. Hey, you didn't go on saying anything you shouldn't, did you?
Saying anything I shouldn't? Such as?
Like the stuff Billy did to your house when he got overexcited last time. I bet he was as good as gold today. Right? Right?
Not at all. He broke our TV remote. He also completely ruined one of Trent's expensive leather work shoes.
Oopsies. Whatever are we gonna do with that boy? Oh, kids will be kids. It can't be helped. Surely you get that.
Yeah, of course I do. But I also get that when a child rampages out of control, it's the parent's job to take responsibility for its behavior. That's why I told your husband everything.
Huh? You did what now? Why would you even do such a thing? He's gonna be furious with me.
So what? Things in my house are actually broken because of your kid. Not only that, but he was so disrespectful to me and Trent. I've never known a little boy to have such a foul mouth before. I just can't stand by pretending nothing happened. I know this can't be an easy decision for you to have, but please, just give up.
Like hell I'm giving up. Who do you think you are? Talking smack about my kids like this? What gives you the right? He's not even yours. There's nothing wrong with my Billy.
I'm not talking smack. I'm just saying it how it is. He's full of energy, and he isn't afraid to say what's on his mind. Taken on their own, I think those are good traits to have, but on the other hand, he was a wild, violent side, which in combination with his boundless energy and straight talking personality is a recipe for disaster.
A wild, violent side? What's that supposed to mean?
I think you know what it means. He loses his temper and has violent tantrums whenever he doesn't get his way. He swears, he shouts, and he's impossible to control, especially for someone as heavily pregnant as me, and Trent hesitates to interfere too forcefully because he's not our kid. To be honest, Nina, the whole situation makes us feel both super awkward and uncomfortable, and we'd rather do without it all. Are you prepared to acknowledge that this is a little unfair to us? He's in elementary school. What can you do? Shouldn't you be doing something precisely because he's in elementary school? Can you imagine how much he'll struggle in life if he doesn't stop acting this way soon? It almost doesn't bear thinking about it. Do you want him to have a difficult life?
What the hell does that have to do with you? You better not be telling me how to raise my boy, Nina. You keep your unsolicited opinions to yourself. We value individuality, and we're not about to suppress the way he expresses himself just because you and my stuck-up brother find it inconvenient. Don't think being my sister-in-law gives you the right to question my parenting skills. Respect my boundaries.
Boundaries were disrespected the moment your son damaged our property. It became our business the moment you took it upon yourself to leave him at our house.
God, you're annoying. Just shut up. You think you're so clever, don't you? You don't even have kids on your own. Don't preach at me, woman.
Okay, Nina, if that's your attitude, I have nothing more to say to you. You can speak to your brother directly from now on. I'm done with this conversation. There are a few things about Billy that have been bugging him for a while now, so this is the perfect opportunity for you guys to get everything out in the open.
Wait, is he still complaining about me? You do seriously need to learn to respect boundaries. Ugh.
Chill. It's not like he's bad-mouthing him. It's about his breathing.
He's breathing? What are you talking about?
You know? My dad had diabetes before he died, right?
I might have heard some things about that. I think I remember you telling me he died the year before last, but what about diabetes?
We noticed it when Billy was playing in the living room yesterday, but we think he might be diabetic.
What? Are you trying to say my Billy is fat? Sure, maybe he's a little on the larger side, but so what? He's maybe one size bigger than his classmates at best. Hardly diabetes territory. Who do you think you are calling someone else's kids fat?
I'm not really calling him fat. You're the one who said it, Nina. I'm just saying, we think there might be a possibility he has diabetes. But yeah, you know what? Screw it. To be completely honest, he is unhealthily overweight and I think you should do something about it.
There it is. I knew it. You're nothing but a bully. So what if he's carrying an extra few pounds? Are you a doctor? No. So get off your high horses. What the hell are you basing this on anyway?
He's overweight and his breathing's heavy. He was saying he had such a stomachache partially the whole time he was with us. When we asked him about it, he said he felt like that almost every day. Did you know?
I bet you just made him eat something weird.
We really didn't. How about thinking about what your son actually said before accusing me of poisoning him? Even if he doesn't have diabetes, it's still not normal for an 8-year-old to be suffering with chronic stomachaches every day.
I don't need you to tell me that, Captain Obvious.
Listen to me and listen to me clearly. If my husband gets mad at me over this,
it's all your fault. I'll never forgive you if he does. You better prepare yourself for the hell I'm about to unleash on you. Oh my god, I can't believe you let an 8-year-old kid send you flying down a flight of stairs. I get that you're pregnant, but do you have literally zero physical strength? Being a mom is a really physical job, you know, Marcy. You'll never make it if this is what you're made of. You should start working out while you still have any free time left.
You got some nerve to laugh at me after what just happened. You might not have been the one who did it, but it's your fault I ended up tumbling down a flight of stairs, Nina.
My fault? I get that you're mad, but please, Marcy, let's be real. I had no idea that was gonna happen. I burst out laughing and spat my coffee out all over the TV when I heard.
The only reason I let him in is because you said he was coming to apologize. I had no idea he was gonna throw a baseball at me. I'm covered in cuts and bruises and have a sprained wrist thanks to you.
You have no idea? I was more surprised than anyone. He wasn't supposed to throw it so hard. It's not Billy's fault you lost your balance and fell all by yourself. You should be more careful in the future.
Be careful of what? Spiteful little brats and their deranged mothers? Thankfully, it was only half flight of stairs, so all things considered, I got off lightly. I shudder to think what might happen if I fell from any higher. Do you understand what I'm getting at?
Oh, lighten up, you drama queen. He's just a kid. Stop being so hard on him.
I said this before, but the "he's just a kid" line will only get you so far. I find it horrifying that you're capable of laughing in a situation like this. Isn't there even a small part of you that thinks what you and your son did was horrible?
You were the only one who got hurt. What's the big deal? Sure, you might be pregnant, but the baby's okay, right? God, who knew you were such a whiner? No use crying over spilled milk, sweetie.
Surely everything's fine if your baby's okay?
No. Huh? What do you mean, no?
I mean, everything is not fine.
No way. You have got to be kidding me. How could the baby be hurt? The flight of stairs was tiny. No way. I don't believe it. Surely, this can't be.
Oh, forgive me. Looks like I gave you the wrong idea. The baby's fine. You saw me fall backwards covering my stomach, right?
Jesus, Marcy, don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack. You made me think I was about to get knocked at the door from the cops. This is no good for my heart. Don't ever do that again. You're right. How careless of me. Still, you're not out of the woods yet. Turns out Billy's not doing so great after all. Huh? What do you mean? Your husband came over the other day. That's when he told me that Billy got diagnosed with diabetes when his test results came back from the hospital. Really? No way. I bet you're just trying to scare me. Like I'd do that at all, let alone over something like this. It's the truth, Nina. He was really grateful. He said he never would have had him checked if not for me. You're not home now, right? Your husband said he wants to speak to you when you get back. Oh my god. How could my Billy... The type of diabetes he has is a lifestyle disease. You should have paid more attention to his diet and exercise habits. Your husband's besides himself with guilt. He's beating himself up saying he should have been around more. Why does my Billy have to suffer but your baby is fine? This isn't fair. Don't screw me around, Marcy. Is resentment towards my unborn baby for being healthy really the position you're going to take on this? Just when I thought you couldn't sink any lower. If you have enough free time to be sending me these petty, childish messages, you should go home and speak to your husband. Something tells me you're gonna be doing some serious talking about your futures. It probably won't be an easy conversation to have, but it can't be avoided. Marcy, you knew this was gonna happen, didn't you? Is this your way of taking revenge on me? Are you messaging me at this time? I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't play dumb with me. You're the worst. How could you do this to me? I hate you. How are you gonna make this right? I'm repeating myself, but again, I have no idea what you're talking about. You're free to get angry, but at least explain first so I have some context. How am I supposed to reply if I don't know what you mean? My husband told me, we have to put Billy on a calorie-restricted diet from now on, until he loses weight. Do you have any idea how Billy reacted when he found out? He's going berserk. What a surprise. I can hardly say I'm shocked from how he behaved when he stayed with us. How do you expect him to have any discipline or emotional control when you give him whatever he wants, whenever he wants it? He broke all of my favorite ornaments. You will pay for this. Tell me how you're gonna fix it now! How I'm gonna fix it? I don't see how this has anything to do with me. It has everything to do with you. You're the one who told my husband. He's almost as angry as Billy. He flipped out at me for what happened with Billy's baseball prank. Apparently, I'm in the wrong because you're pregnant and it was dangerous. Whatever. Of course he's gonna be mad. You're lucky I didn't have a miscarriage. Even still, I'm injured myself, you know? Your husband apologized profusely and agreed you pay me compensation if I agree not to take things to court. But it'd be well within my rights to press charges if I wanted to. Whatever. Quit droning on me, Marcy. You're so boring. The issue here is that my husband is demanding I come up with compensation money I don't have. I don't have the kind of cash. What are you suggesting I do? Get a job? Sure, why not? Not that I care how you do it, though. I'm already happy your husband already agreed to pay me a whole lot in one go tomorrow, so he's the one you're technically gonna be in debt to. How you come up with that cash ain't my problem. Well, it is my problem. It's a big problem for me. Why? Think about it. Billy has to go on a calorie-restrict diet for months, which means that not only do I have to work, but I have to look for work while looking after a rampaging 8-year-old who starts smashing up my house the moment I refuse him candy. I can't do that, and you can't expect me to. If you want to know the reason for Billy's rampages, and the reason for how he got fat in the first place, how about you look in the mirror? You have no choice but to accept and make the best of it. This cannot be happening. Why did everything go so wrong? Why is this only happening to me? You said it yourself. You value individuality. This is the result of that policy. You have no choice but to resign yourself to and accept the situation you created. Kids will be kids, right? Surely you're not going to suppress the way Billy expresses himself just because you find it inconvenient. After that, Nina started working part-time while trying to keep an eye on top of Billy's raging tantrums at home. Unlike his wife, Nina's husband is a decent guy. He seems to feel a strong sense of responsibility for his son's tantrums, and even more so for the diabetes diagnosis, and he is doing his best to help out with everything regarding his son. But he has no patience left for his wife, and even to this day, he continues to extract the monthly repayments from her on the compensation he paid me. To tell you the truth, I was sure that he was gonna divorce over what happened. But apparently he wants to give her one last chance. And somehow or other, they're still just about hanging on by a thread. There's also the fact that divorce probably lead to Nina getting custody of Billy. He probably can't bear the thought of letting that pair of them loose on the world, both because of the damages they do to society, but also themselves. So he's staying close by to make sure neither of them do anything too outrageous. I hope Nina takes a long, hard look at herself in the mirror and realizes how lucky she is to have such a devoted and forgiving husband. I like to believe that we all have the capacity for change, and I've got my fingers crossed that my sister-in-law will use this experience to become a better person. As for me, my injuries from falling down the flight of steps healed up nicely, and not long after the events for today's episode, I gave birth to a healthy baby boy. As stressful as the whole thing was, I'm actually grateful for Nina and Billy, because they taught me a lot about the world and myself. I'm gonna raise my son using them as examples of how not to behave.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.